Hi everybody, it's Simon Keeling here, and it is Monday the 14th of May. Yeah, I've been away for the last 18 days. Thanks for keeping a check on the site and for coming in and using the forecast. I could see that you've been doing that. I hope you've missed me, and from some of the tweets and the Facebook messages and the emails I've had, a few of you have been missing me. I'm not sure that you've been particularly enjoying the weather. It certainly looks like it's been an absolute soaker, but let me just show you. This is a sample of an image that I've been used to over the last couple of weeks as I've been cruising around the Mediterranean. Just look at that, some fantastic sights. But I have to say that while we were there, the Mediterranean Sea, felt very cold. Any breeze that was coming off the sea was actually feeling cold, certainly much cooler than you would expected for this time of year. And of course, much of Europe has been experiencing a cold winter. So we're not completely on our own, although I know how awful it has been back here for you. So let's see what the next few days hold in store. As always, the site's kept free of charge by the adverts that you see around the screen. So if you see an advert you like, click on it, please go through to the advertiser. That generates revenue for us, and it shows the advertiser that you're interested in what they are doing. So let's just look at how things seem as if they're going to be shaping up. And we've got fairly good agreement between the models at the moment. This is the GFS Ensemble model, and this is the prediction for today at midday. And as I step forwards through the model, these go forward in 12-hour steps. You'll notice that we've got low pressure to the east, high pressure to the west, and this cold north to northwesterly flow blowing down through the country. Now what that's going to mean is that we'll have some showers across northern parts of Scotland running down the east of England through the course of Tuesday. Now I think a persistent area of rain across northern and northeastern England, perhaps the East Midlands and East Anglia, just as a trough moves through. So could be some reasonable totals of rain there once again on Tuesday afternoon. However, overnight into Wednesday morning, that clears away. Notice quite a stiff north to northwesterly breeze. Still chilly with that northwest breeze and strong down these eastern coasts. That's into Wednesday now, and a low pressure area is going to be pushing outbreaks of rain into the west of Scotland and Western Ireland. But for most places, look, it is going to be dry. Now, got a slight concern here because I think we could be seeing some late season ground frosts as these clear skies develop during the course of the evening. And then as we get through towards Thursday afternoon, so we're going to find this rain piling into Ireland and Scotland, some of it quite heavy, but across England and Wales you can see it should be staying largely dry. Overnight, the rain still affecting Scotland, northwest England and parts of Ireland, tending to turn more showery, but drier towards the south and the east. But just notice this area of low pressure developing across central France. As I said, Europe really hasn't been faring particularly very well through the winter, and this continues during the coming weeks because low pressure is going to be moving into France, look, and that slips eastwards. Now, the result of that for us is it could be some cloud and outbreaks of rain to the far south of England, but generally it maintains a cool northeasterly flow across the country, but it will be bright, the best of the sun out towards the west. But look, across Europe, it's bringing some really unsettled conditions here, some heavy periods of rain across northern parts of Spain and the southern parts of France. And then as we head a little bit further forward, as we get in towards Sunday and into Monday, that low pressure still across southern parts of Europe. Look, a northeasterly flow across the country, strong at times, perhaps bringing some cloud, perhaps some drizzles to these eastern coasts. But more western parts of the country, the best of the sunshine there, dry but still quite cool, although there could be some rain, look, affecting these southern coasts. And then into the middle part of next week, and we find that area of low pressure still across Europe, still with that northeasterly wind across the country. I think that tending to have the effect of just flinging some bands of showery rain across England and eastern parts of Wales, but I think Scotland, Ireland, Western Wales, southwest England really faring very well, although it will be on the cool side with that northeast breeze, but lots of sunshine. And then into the end of next week, so we get a north to northeasterly wind across the country. Most places are dry, look. Notice what happens with this area of high pressure. It builds in across the country, and it looks as if it is going to be maintaining those fair conditions for many of us as we head in towards the end of the month. Low pressure looks still towards the east, still cold air going into the Mediterranean. So everything's really not warming up there very quickly at all this year. And this now is taking us into the bank holiday period. That's the forecast for Bank Holiday Monday with a northerly wind, and then into the spring bank holiday week. So it looks as if things are going to be staying generally dry with a northerly breeze. So it looks as if probably we're going to be in for a cool spring bank holiday week. Now, looking a little bit at the city temperatures, let's just get an indication as to what goes on from those. This is the forecast for London from the GFS ensemble, and you can see a general increase in temperature being predicted here. This is the red line here, typically going up to 15s and 16s degrees through the month. So probably a degree or so down on where you would expect them to be. And now let's have a look at the CFS and just see how things shape up on that. And really, it's not looking particularly brilliant. I'm going to take the latest run of the CFS. You can go through these at your leisure. Click on weather charts, click on CFS, and then you can get these. And let's just take a look at the city forecast and just see what happens to temperatures. Well, here we are, the CFS, look, tying in with the GFS, building temperatures slowly through the end of the month, and still 15-16 degrees. This is spring bank week. You see it takes a dip here as it thinks that we may see cooler northerly lasting through into the middle part of June. And then the end of June, things becoming much more unsettled. This is high pressure getting squeezed away across Scandinavia, and look at the rain coming in across the country by the time we get into the middle to the late part of June, and then we're unsettled for the end of June itself. And this looks entirely reasonable to me. You know, it looks as if conditions do stay on the cool side, although we do find that things settle up a little bit at the end of the month with that northerly wind coming in. So not drastic amounts of rainfall, but I do think that this middle to the end period of June could be turning quite wet. Now, I'll build up more on this story over the coming days. We'll get into more detail with it, but hopefully that's been useful for you for now. As always, don't forget the forecast is kept free of charge by the advert you see around the screen. So if you see one you like, click on it, go through to the advertiser. It's that generates revenue for us, and it keeps the site free of charge. So thanks for watching, and keep the sun shining. Bye for now.